Alright, there we go. Finally. Headset doesn't like to cooperate. Hello, and thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. Gonna get started on Ace Combat 7 playthrough. Gonna be a whole bunch of fun. As always, all my videos are up on YouTube. At least the ones I can remember to move over there. And, let's get started. Gonna do the hardest difficulty I can, which I'm pretty sure is gonna be Ace. Probably do a special new game. And going to try and use the starting vehicle, the starting aircraft, for the whole game if I can. Alright. At least I know my voice is coming through really well. Hopefully that didn't pick up on my headset. Probably did, though. No big deal. Here we go. Let's see. It's been a little while since I've played this, so... I was on easy mode last time I was playing. Restart story. All records and items I've obtained will be saved. That's fine. There it is. Ace difficulty.
Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot.
Warning, foul language. Foul language.
When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue.
Be prepared for a little bit of foul language.
Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills, and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful. Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. through the clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw Osia's fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Right. You should have put in my F16C, you piece of junk. Should have built a return too.
Alright, I'm gonna make sure to let everything play as normal, to the best of my ability.
Settle down. I said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usea as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Usian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead. What? How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Many injured.
Scramble! All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base. This is not a drill.
Hashtag Belka did nothing wrong. Welcome back, Jack Killer. Nice to see you. Alright. Rules are as follows. I must attempt to finish the entire campaign using only the default starting aircraft with any weapons, abilities, whatever that it has available to it. In this game, that's going to be a little bit interesting because, first of all, the starting aircraft is once again the F16C. And again, it has 3 special weapons. But let me see if we can when you go to the F16C, there are a whole bunch of different parts now. And when you look at your parts, some of them add quite a bit of stuff. Lots and lots of different options. Maneuverability, extra rounds, higher powered machine guns, extra defense, jamming, software, all kinds of stuff. So, as per the basic rules, I will only use the F16C to the best of my ability. And I will use whatever parts I can to give myself an edge. But I will do my very best not to use any vehicle other than the F16C. So same rules as last time, only this time I have parts, which will give me a marked edge. Now let's start by removing everything and look at the body options. Light Blisk isn't bad, but Variable Cycle Engine does the same thing better. Costs twice as much, but I mean... Then we've got anti-stall capabilities, extend time frame for performing a high-G turn. I do not know if I'm going to need that or not, but it will improve my maneuverability immensely. We'll consider that one later. Superior maneuverability is a good one, because it just straight up improves mobility. increasing aircraft durability will be useful later. Right now in the early sections, it's not that important. Queen's Custom is one you only get a little bit later on in the campaign, and it cannot be used in multiplayer. We're going to go ahead and use that for sure. The Light Blisk for extra aircraft acceleration, air brakes for deceleration, increased top speed, pitch maneuverability, roll maneuverability, yaw maneuverability. I think that's basically what superior maneuverability does. It kind of combines each of these three to give you superior maneuverability all around, just not as much as each individual one. What's that? The new RTX 3070, 3080, and 3090. I have not, actually. RTX 3070. Is that not the, oh man, you're probably talking about an aircraft, but unfortunately the only thing that pops into my mind when you say RTX is the ray tracing software mod for games on PC. I do not know for sure which one you're referring to. I've never heard of an aircraft called an RTX, but it's entirely possible such a thing exists. But no, unfortunately I have not heard of that. That is not something I know of off the top of my head. Please, by all means, enlighten me. It is the NVIDIA RTX 3070/3080 and the NVIDIA RTX 3090. The 3070 is cheaper and more powerful than the 2080s, so that sounds pretty awesome. No, I had not heard of those. I am familiar with NVIDIA. I believe I have an NVIDIA... Oh boy, what do I have in my computer? It doesn't matter because the Ethernet port is actually broken, and I cannot use a hardline for my computer anymore, so now it uses Wi-Fi, and it just runs really slow, because it's, like, clear on the other side of my house. So yeah, unfortunate, but, you know, things happen. Is what it is. So I think we're going to take superior maneuverability and the Queen's Custom to improve our maneuverability, speed, and stability a fair amount. And it depends on whether or not we need more for the weapons, whether we'll keep superior maneuverability. Now let's go to weapons. Actually, let's skip weapons, go to miscellaneous first. Let's see. So we do not need the machine gun radar lock or the auto fire for machine guns. We don't need the de-icing system. I've got that under control. Standard missiles and clouds. That's the predictive lock-on algorithm. It's not super necessary. Main structural frame. That's just defense, isn't it? Oh, it's specific to surface collisions. Specifically surface collisions. The onboard self-defense jammer reduces the homing capabilities of enemy missiles. I would love to have that, I think. And this enhances stealth detection, so this is basically... I can detect stealth aircraft in front of and to the sides of me more easily, so I'll be able to see them on my radar better. Spot them and target them more easily. I will hold off on that until I actually start running into stealth aircraft, which I think starts in like 5 or 6 missions into the game, maybe. I will definitely be taking this. Reduce homing capabilities of enemy missiles. Now then, machine gun and machine gun pod stuff we don't need. Alright, standard missile power. That will be useful. Not super useful, but useful. How many missiles do we get? We get 70 missiles. Flight speed. Load limit. Load limit is always useful. 20 more missiles. That is a lot of missiles on this one plane. Flight distance, which is actually pretty nice. Lock-on range, so we can lock on sooner and then fire from further away. And then decreases standard missile reload time, so I can fire them faster. Finally, homing capabilities. That is the best of all of them. So we're probably going to use... I don't think we're going to use the power increase right now, but we're definitely going to use the load limit and the not the reload time, homing capabilities. And then we have standard missile lock-on speed, which we don't need now. Special missile power, which is great. Special missile flight speed, also great. Load limit, also great, because 16 up to 24. That is 50% more. That is awesome. And then we will see flight distance, lock-on range, reload time, homing capabilities, and lock-on speed. Homing capabilities, absolutely amazing for any weapon that we have. Then down here, I believe all this is just going to be bombs. Let's see. Special missile lock-on speed. Here we go. Then bombs. Special bomb power, load limit, reload time, blast range, lock-on speed, and then we have tactical laser system, and pulse lasers, firing distance and hit zones, as well as firepower. And then we have the electromagnetic launcher, firing distance, firepower, and hit zone. Then we have rocket, and I forget what GRKT is. Rocket and, oh, guided rocket. Yeah, rocket and guided rocket, power, flight speed and firing distance, homing capabilities. Okay, so that's actually just the guided rockets, not the regular rockets. So additional rocket explosives for firepower, additional rocket propellant for flight speed and firing distance. So yeah, so we can call that good. We'll call that good. And then what I like to do is the miscellaneous. I'll unequip, re-equip, so it puts it at the end, and that puts everything kind of in order, top to bottom. So it just makes me feel better. It's not necessary to the game or anything, but it's something I like to do. So now that we've done that, we're going to quickly select a skin. I like the special skin, but honestly, sometimes the Ocean skin is just kind of neat. You know what? I see Mage 1 skin Clown. That... How have I never noticed this before? Was this new? Looks exactly the same, so it might be... Which one was Clown? Why do I not remember Clown? Unless Clown was the, Oh, sorry. Also, French bureaucracy made the Brazilian Navy cancel the aircraft carrier auction. Oh, okay. Very sorry to hear that is interfering with auctions of aircraft carriers. Hopefully it's for the best in the end. Clown. I feel like Clown is the one that starts teaching you in the first level. I think Clown's the one we're gonna see in a minute or two. Ooh, this is new. Aircraft color designed by Bandai Namco. Permission for the use thereof has been granted by the United States Department of Defense. Patriot skin for the F16C Fighting Falcon. That... One second, I didn't need to select it. I meant to look at it. Oh, that's just nifty. That's just nifty. I love white and red, first of all. And the blue underbody and nose at the front. Oh, that's just gorgeous. That is bootiful. That is bootiful. Love it. Yeah, we might be going with the Patriot skin. Let's check our emblems. There probably are a few new emblems. LRSSG, kind of the ones I like to lean towards are the LRSSG and Strider. Let's see, we got Trigger low vis, Count, Mage low vis, Spare low vis, Strider we already looked at, Cyclops, LRSSG plus low vis, Golem, Gargoyle, Voslagi, Skeleton, Ocean Federation and low vis, Erusia and low vis, Erusian Aeronautics and Space Administration 1 and 2, International, I believe, Space Elevator something, plus low vis, and ooh, Alicorn Squadron. I don't remember them. Ooh, Mimic Squadron. Oh, do they have 8492nd in here? Please have 8492nd in here somewhere. Oh, cool. Oh man, I used to make model airplanes back in school. Zero! It's me, Scorpio. Hey, Scorpio, it's me, Zero. What was that? Sorry. Jack Killer said, nah, it's 55 plus years ship that killed at least 3 people in accidents. Oh! Okay. Weird. That's a strange thing to hear. Never heard of that. I may have to look into that. So there's an aircraft carrier in Brazil that has accidentally killed 3 people during its 55 plus year history. That's interesting. How's it going, Scorpio? Speak up, say something. How's it been? It's been way too long. Do you like seeing what you're seeing? Have you checked me out on YouTube? By the way, hi, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I would say I love you, but I'm married. Kotobuki Team Emblem. I've never heard of that. Collaboration emblem featuring the mark of the Kotobuki team from the magnificent Kotobuki. I've never heard of that. Kylie, a collaboration emblem featuring the mark of Kylie from the magnificent Kotobuki. So I've never heard of this, but now I guess I have to look up the magnificent Kotobuki because there's an awful lot of Kotobuki stuff in here. Oh, what are the cats? I forgot about the cats. Oh, they're not cats, they're chicks, they're nuggets. That's awesome! The emblem of Nugget, who dressed up as Trigger by painting 3 stripes on himself. And the emblem of Nugget, a chick who admires the Erusian Flight Test Squadron pilot Mikhail A. Shilagi. Mikhail Nugget. That's awesome. I like these little nuggets. They're adorable. 68th Experimental Squadron Soul. Nice. Stick with Trigger and you'll make it. The 3 strikes. That's awesome. It was French. Oh, the the aircraft carrier was French. Got it. The Falk. Got it. I will have to look into that. That is a very interesting sounding situation. Probably a lot of stories there. I'll have to look into those. I kind of like how the Alicorn looks, but at the same time, I love the LRSSG low vis. Just looks awesome. But dude, oh my goodness, there is a U.S. Sticker. I gotta go with that. I'm from. That's where I'm from. Oh my goodness, patriotism. It does. I used to put a lot of like model planes together when I was a kid, and I remember I put together at least a couple that had that very same sticker on them. At least 1 or 2 that had that sticker on them. And yeah, I'm going for nostalgia. I'm gonna put it everywhere. Put it on the nose, put it on the wing, put it on the tail, set it. Yeah. Set it and forget it. Oh, that looks great. I love that. I don't know why. Red and white have always just been colors that they strike me in a certain way, and they look awesome. Love them. Gotta love that. Okay. Okay, so we're all set. We have our skin, we have our emblem, we have our parts. We've selected our special weapon. It's the 4AM. It's a 4-target air. Gotta love it. Gonna shoot stuff down. Our aircraft is the F16C. The flagship vehicle, the starting aircraft. It's not actually the flagship vehicle, I think. Actually, I cannot remember now what was on the front of this particular game. I think it was an F-22, actually. Yeah, I think it was the F-22 was on the front cover of this particular game of 7. Alright. Enough talking. Time for action.
Aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Ladies and gentlemen. Charge assault. Fort Grays Island. Operation Deerhorn. Cloud cover scattered. 15th of May, 2019. Take down hostile bombers.
Radar site's still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Main squadron, head to runway. Column squadron, take off. Link to Sky Team. Hurry, main squadron. Sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back. Mage 2, clear for takeoff.
Call sign is Mage 2.
Situation is tight.
Mage 2 taking off. Yep, Mage 1 is Clown. Okay.
Good luck.
I thought so.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Alright. Landing gear is up. Climbing.
The carrier.
Leveling out.
Whoa. Looks like the hog's
Doing some
taking a lot of
tricks.
damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2.
Oh man, this has a lot more maneuverability in its yaw with the superior maneuverability and the Queen's Custom on it. Drop down, stay out of the clouds.
This is the AWAC Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our
Alright,
radars hard
probably
in
just
the
gonna
last
double tap
attack.
this one.
Expect the worst and stay sharp.
We'll go.
About 8K. Oh, 6K? Ooh, look at that.
That's what it means to be in an
Whoopsie.
bomber confirmed down. Good job,
Man,
H2.
oh, look how smooth. This is like, oh yeah, I forgot. This is in like proper HD as opposed to the one I've been playing, 6, which was technically, I believe, only built for 720p or something like that. It wasn't like true HD, so it was like right at the dawn of digital high definition, but it wasn't quite. Hey, Scorpio found me and subscribed. Nice. Hey, I'm so glad to hear that, man. I got plenty of videos on there of my Ace Combat 6 playthrough. You can enjoy those. I see that you wrote something for me to read there, Jack Killer. It'll be just a moment. I'm gonna shoot those two. They gonna die. They're dead. Now they dead. I'm gonna shoot this guy. Now this time I don't get shoot. I have fire, apparently. Is that the same? I do not remember that being the same. Sort of doubtful. But yeah, so what was that you said was in a Sao Paulo A12. I got a little bit of distance here to go. Never managed to operate more than 3 months without the need for repairs. Oh jeez. That is incredible.
Don't forget your special weapon.
We're gonna fire 4 at a time. And they're all gone.
That's it. It's great when it's simple.
I probably gotta turn back to the north.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers.
Significantly prettier.
Make it in one piece.
That's not to say anything bad about AC6. AC6 is a beautiful game too, but man, Ace Combat 7 just blows it out of the water, man. It's amazing. I do love these games. They wanted to operate it until 2039, but it was too expensive to modernize. That is most unfortunate to hear. It's always terrible when you have to buy new equipment and put away old machines. It's such a huge investment. Military hardware can be so pricey. But hey, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Just like I was talking about before with the A10, they're probably going to retire the A10 Warthog soon. If it is even still in operation to this day, I have not checked recently. I think the last time I looked into it was like last year. But yeah, it needs to be done at some point. At some point, all things must come to an end.
Target is down.
I am having an absolute blast right now. I have not touched this game in months, and this is amazing. This feels super duper great. Huge props to my roommate who got me this, by the way. He bought this game for me one time. I don't remember what the reasoning was. Just, I remember walking in one day. He was like, "Hey, guess what? Happy birthday. Here you go, bam." And I don't even think it was my birthday. I missed one. Missed the other. That's alright. Pretty sure I'm going to shoot this one, go take off to my right, shoot the others. That'll be that. Oh, that survived. That's a Tu-160. That's not the same as the other ones I was shooting down. This is a little bit bigger. Tu-160. That sounds very familiar. These fish beds are not a threat to me, so I'm going to leave them behind. What was that? Dude, the French built this thing in 1957, fought in Africa and the Yugoslav wars, and is steam-powered. Ah! It's steam-powered! It's a steam-powered aircraft carrier. Oh my gosh, we have nuclear-powered aircraft carriers now, like, all over the world. Britain, the United States. I cannot remember what other country I read recently had just gotten nuclear-powered aircraft carriers not too long ago, and there is still a steam-powered one that's just being retired. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. I actually really legitimately find that hard to believe, but, I mean, I believe you. Absolutely, I believe you. But that is just, that's crazy. Can you even imagine? It's nuts. Yeah, no doubt. That's way too expensive to modernize for sure. That I don't blame them one bit for that. That's an aircraft that probably could have been retired, I don't know, 2-3 decades ago. Probably back in like the 80s. Easily. I mean, holy cow. Could have been like switched up to gasoline power at some point in the last like 5 decades. Why, in 1957, they chose steam power? That's like a... Man, goodness gracious, that's like early World War II. They were barely using steam power anymore. That is absolutely crazy to me. Steam power is like a World War I technology. The Admiral Kuznetsov. The Admiral Kuznetsov was steam powered. No kidding. When was that one made? Was that made even later? Please tell me that one was made in the late 60s and it was steam powered. That would give me such a kick. That would tickle me pink, man. I don't know if Scorpio caught where I was saying hi to him and everything. He said he found me and subscribed on YouTube, so I know he caught that part at least, but I'm sitting here talking to you directly. I just wanted to make sure that if Scorpio looks back at the screen, he can see where I said, "Great to see you," you know. Oh my god! No, oh, no, my goodness. The aircraft carrier, there's anything! You could have told me it was a car! Steam-powered! Steam-powered, built in 1982! This thing, oh my goodness. That is crazy. How is that even possible? That's nuts. I hope it was a really, really good steam-powered engine. Jeez, man. That blows me away. Absolutely blows my mind. That's, oh man, I'm blown away by that. Thank you for that. That's fantastic. I'm gonna go look up the Admiral Kuznetsov later. That is fantastic. And what was that previous one? The NAE Sao Paulo.
We are currently assessing the damage to the base.
I will try my best to remember
We have
those.
confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe.
Alright, hopefully you can't hear anything from my roommate and my brother-in-law in the background goofing around. I will try to rein them in if they start to get a little ridiculous. A little bit of foul language is to be expected. I do believe I have my stream set to 18 plus, you know, adults only, but I will try to keep it family friendly to the best of my ability. The occasional foul word may come out of my mouth, and it may come off of the games that I play, but I will do my best to try and keep everything fairly family friendly. Ooh, rank S, good job. Go me, woohoo! First day back, look at me go. Alright, I'm excited now. We're gonna do another mission. This is gonna be fun. I forgot this game auto-saves!
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement, saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Yusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Yusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Yusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN.
Erusia News
Osea
Network.
launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Erusia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harlan was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
Thanks for joining, viewer.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Usian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Sorry I was being so quiet. I don't want to interrupt the cutscenes or the briefings.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yusian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy airsuits. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Oh man, a nasty summer cold, huh? I'm sorry to hear about that, did I? I'm glad to have you here. I hope you're able to get over your cold. Don't forget to drink plenty of fluids and take some cold medicine. Help you feel better sooner. Don't worry, I totally saw what you said, Jack Killer, about the towing ship that was in her strike group. Yeah, it's oh man, that doesn't bode well when you have to have a designated ship specifically to keep track of towing the vehicle whose engine keeps failing. But Scorpio is correct, however. Yes, Steam is still an effective method of propulsion, as well as distributing games. That's absolutely true. However, I am surprised to learn that they still use Steam for aircraft carriers. Aircraft carriers are very large ships and would require quite a bit of steam to keep them moving, which would mean that it would be quite a bit of coal or other burnable materials in order to propel them. And I think nuclear power is significantly cheaper, cleaner, and far more efficient as a propulsion system for such large vehicles as that. At least this is what I have heard, is that nuclear submarines and nuclear powered aircraft carriers are incredibly clean burning and incredibly efficient fuel-wise. So, you know, utilizing radiation and heat, basically. But then, yes, Jack Killer, you mentioned that the Navy's building a nuclear sub and some conventional ones. That's good. That's really great to hear. Hopefully they have slightly more efficient engines and something, you know, good and clean burning like that nuclear sub. And also, Deadeye, my man, I'm so sorry to hear that you're sick. But thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate seeing you. Haven't gotten to talk to you in a long time. I have not been keeping up with anybody's streams. I haven't been watching Scorpio very much. Once or twice here and there, and I've seen you pop up and stream a few times, not too long ago, but I haven't been dropping in to say hello to everybody, and I'm sorry for that. That's, you know, I just don't watch Twitch very much. I don't know if I guess it's just I don't do a good job of watching other people play games. Maybe that's just not for me. I just don't get as much out of it. But oh yeah, the space elevators. But yeah, I'm so glad to have you guys here. It's really great to have so many of my old friends from Twitch jumping in, and feel free to check me out on YouTube. I don't have much, but I just got done doing Ace Combat 6 all the way through start to finish, and this time I didn't forget to put the first couple of videos onto onto YouTube before they expired on Twitch. But space elevators, lol. At least they're good as high-tech props in games and sci-fi stories. I agree. They are such a silly concept. Can you imagine such a large building just sticking off of the side of the Earth into space. Just trying to keep a skyscraper skyward in, like, with all of the various pressures and complications with gravity and wind and top heaviness, just everything that works against you in that. A space elevator is such a far-fetched idea and inefficient, really. But still, there is something to be said for it as a science fiction implement. It's so interesting, the idea of having just something tethering like a space station or a giant halo-shaped space station going all the way around the Earth, connected to the ground on the Earth with massive giant space elevators. Such an interesting concept, such a weird concept. But yeah, it's something to consider for the future. Who knows, maybe some technology will someday become available that will allow us to make such an outlandish thing a reality. That'd be really cool. But anyway, let's get back to this. We're gonna sortie out. We're gonna get some of this stuff done. I just took the 4Ams. Whoops. Probably should have taken the bombs because of all the ground targets. That's okay. That's okay. I have plenty of missiles. I've got 90 missiles I can use. We'll be fine. Besides, as you saw with Ace Combat 6, I am not some noob. I can make it work. I can make it work. I may not be the best pilot in the world, but I got some skills.
Destroy the target.
All right. Oh, man, Scorpio, look at my pretty Patriot skin for the F16. Red, white, and blue with the streaks. And man, I am just partial to that red and white anyway. Even if it wasn't a Patriot skin, that's just pretty. It's just pretty. I love it. All right, let's see. That is not a target, but I'm going to shoot it anyway because it's an AA gun, and I don't like things that can shoot back at me. As you can see, when I'm not in the ocean, I do really, really well. Much better in the air than I am in the sea. I am no sailor man. I'm gonna shoot at me, I'm gonna shoot at you. I missed! Oh no! I can't let him get me! You're not a target, you get to live.
Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
We'll go. Here they come. Take them down.
Alright, those four are dead.
Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellite. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
Vehicle destroyed.
Trigger, there's one more.
Yeah, pull up, I know.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work.
The clouds don't just affect your field of vision.
Alright.
They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lockout to their targets,
here we go.
too.
Gotta try and kill everything here. Whoops, I missed that one.
The interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission.
Gotta remember, there are other aircraft up here that won't be dead.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
Enemy transports, you say? I'll take care of those.
Fox 3.
Come down. C-17s? You are no match for an F-16. Big old giant targets, that's what these things are. Whoops, okay. I probably should have been trying to line up on my machine gun, but instead I decided I'll shoot a missile at it. It'll reload in time. It didn't. It didn't reload in time. Oh, I forgot I have flares in this game.
5 targets remaining.
All transports have been destroyed, but
Cool.
All right. This base is worth destroying.
All right.
3 targets remaining.
Whoops.
Missile connected.
Well, I shot the truck, but I didn't destroy the truck. There's that AA gun. He's the one who lives. He's the survivor. He gets to tell the story. of a man named Brady who is bringing... don't want to get copyright. I mean, who would copyright strike the Brady Bunch? But you never know these days. People are weird, man. And I'm a small-time streamer. I don't need that kind of flack. So, oh, I wanted to shoot that AA gun. Man, this game is fun. It is nice to be flying for once instead of swimming under the ocean.
What happened? Status report.
Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
MQ-99 drones.
They're being launched.
UAVs.
You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile.
Then they're gonna do a fancy thing and they're gonna fly away. And then I have to dogfight them.
Drones. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all
Somewhat
down.
clever decoys.
These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high
There you
G
are,
turns
Jester.
are,
Come
right?
here.
Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1.
Oh,
Bandits confirmed
I just
as
used up my
UAVs.
last... Good, I got him!
Bandits are drones.
Escaped into the clouds. Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
You know what's funny? The way they pronounce Golem really sounds a lot like Golem to me. Which makes me think of the Golem team. From, what was that? Was that Ace Combat Zero, I think? Oh, I'm going way too fast. I almost overshot him. Got him. Okay, that's two.
Hell yeah. Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage
Come
go
on
before
now. Come
3
on.
enemies to go.
Ah.
I got an
Got
enemy
him.
in front of me and behind
That's
me.
gotta be it. It's gotta be it. Nope, he pulled up. What? How does he... What? How did he do that?
Target in range of guns.
Darn drones, you!
Entering clouds.
Yeah, look, it's just like... turns around so fast.
This one's tail.
Quite a bit faster than me. Alright, I gotta get closer then. We're gonna gun this one. Get back here. Where you think you're going? I'll try again. We'll see what happens.
Just chase him down
Nope.
and pull the trigger.
He broke. He hit the brakes. Alright, come on now.
Missile
Oh,
evaded.
wait. Oh, I had a chance to... I switched targets thinking he was gonna break off, but he didn't. I could have got him with my machine guns. I'm so bad at this. Okay.
Page 2. Walking.
Ooh, he did the same thing, and he didn't break off from the missile. Let's see if this one breaks off. Wow, really?
You're doing good.
I've fired 7 missiles at this one over here, and those last 2 that I fired at, they just died.
Box 2.
It's flying in a straight line, guys. How are your missiles missing? Yeah, look at that. This one just breaks off and takes off in every direction.
That's a miss.
Rolls right, rolls left. Peels off like... Where even am I right now? There we go. I got him. No, I don't. Man, every time I get anywhere near him... What is up with this one drone?
Target is in range of guns.
I got a hit on it, but it didn't... Let's see, he turned away. So if I just fire, is he just gonna take it? Yep, I guess so.
Nice kill.
Man, that's so weird.
Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
I don't remember them doing things like that, where they just
Skies are clear. Nice
decide
work.
when they don't want a missile to hit them.
RTB.
So strange.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
They just sort of decide not to dodge all of a sudden. Weird. Where did Clown go?
That's how war is these days.
There's Golem 3 and 4. There's Knocker. Brownie's
The guys in
probably...
charge take care of the rest.
I thought Brownie would be to my left, behind me. Guess she was off there to the right. Funny, every time that the Brazilian Navy buys a big ship, the Argentines rush to buy one as well.
Anti-air weaponry.
Yeah, that is funny.
Destroy the target.
I wonder what could possibly be going on with that coincidence.
Civilians and no damages to
Sadly, the truth is a lot of nations don't trust each other, and that's just the reality of life these days. When your neighbor has something that could potentially be used against you, you want to have something that also can protect you. Or, it's also a jealousy thing. It could be if your neighbor has something cool, you want something cool too. You don't want to be left behind. The dreadnoughts in the carrier, yeah. Yeah, and I know there's still a lot of tension in South America between some of the nations down there in particular, so it's not all that unheard of to see that sort of behavior. One person buys something, somebody else goes out and buys it too. Totally understandable. I forgot the biggest issue concerning space elevators, the atmospheric voltage curve. What could possibly go wrong installing a 12-kilometer conductive pathway through a medium with a 120 VM gradient? I actually do not understand that last sentence. A 120 volt, what is that, volts? I don't know what VM gradient means. That's the part that's getting me. The 120 VM gradient. But yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Volts per meter. Yeah, that's it. Yep. I was gonna say volt per meter, but man, that is not. That was not. My brain wouldn't let me do it. I was so sure I was wrong. But yeah, exactly. Exactly. You wouldn't want such a massive piece of hardware to potentially conduct electricity and just essentially, yeah, that would be bad. That would be very, very bad. That would be the biggest lightning rod that literally ever existed. Even non-lightning rod type things, as we've seen with, you know, basic high school like teachings. I can't think of what class this would be, but yeah, if a tree gets hit by lightning in the rain, that tree ceases to be a tree anymore. Human bodies can't survive that kind of electricity. Well, very rarely anyway. And they want to stick a giant lightning rod right in the middle of the earth, pointing up into the sky. Yeah, that would definitely cause some problems, that's for sure. But yeah, like we were saying, I mean, it's science fiction-y, and maybe someday some science fiction-y material could be used that is dense enough, light enough, strong enough, and also does not conduct electricity well enough that it could potentially be used in such an application. I mean, I think it's unheard of too, but it's a possibility? Question mark? Oh, what was that? Sorry, Jack Killer said Brazil was the third nation in the world to acquire dreadnoughts. No kidding! I did not know. Before the Germans, French, Russians, and even the Japanese. That is crazy. So after Britain and I want to say the United States? Question mark? Because Britain was the first. They literally set the standard. They created the HMS Dreadnought, which was the first Dreadnought. But I don't remember who built the second. I want to say the United States probably was, but it honestly could have also been Spain, I think, was another nation that for a long time had a really amazing navy. I could be wrong. Could have been America, could have been any other country for all I know. But man, Brazil before the Germans, French, Russians, and Japanese, that's awesome. These are the factoids I like from you, Jack Killer. I love to hear this stuff about these like military vehicles and these cool little tidbits of information, this trivia. Alright, here we go. Ooh, the Su-37 Terminator. Ah, it's the 37 is the Terminator, the 47 is the Berkut, the 33 is the Flanker? I don't remember. Debriefing.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar.
Sweet.
The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna stand up and do a little stretching and get a glass of water while the cutscene plays. Everybody, enjoy the cutscene. Well, here in a moment, I guess. Oh, it's just gonna be a briefing, I guess. No cutscene between missions 2 and 3. Alright, well, I'll be right back.
The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier Kestrel II was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel II is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Osean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
Alright, I have returned. Did a little stretching, got a glass of water. I even had enough time to use the restroom. That was great. Okay. Here we go. Trigger and Clown. Knocker, Brownie, Golems 3 and 4. Some other allies. Ally X4, Ally X4. And then we're going to be going up against some F4Es and F16s. Alright. Also, the HMS Agincourt was Brazilian at first, but the government ran out of money and sold it to the Ottomans. Oh, okay. Hey, nothing wrong with that. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Alrighty. Start the mission. And go with our F16C. This is an all-aircraft mission. I don't think there are going to be any ground targets in this one. So we'll just go ahead and sortie with what we have. Next time I'll remember to go prepared with more ground weapons and such for like ground-related missions. Yeah! Operation Dual Wielder. Cloud cover scattered. 30th of May, 2019. Two-pronged strategy. Take down the bandits.
Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position.
Very well.
100. Trigger, maintain your current approach.
Hehehe. That was quick. Alright, Jack Killer, see you in a bit. That was refueling in Ace Combat 7, which is super easy. Man, I love that little USA sticker. I think it's actually U.S. Air Force specifically, but I might be wrong. Let's go get him, clown!
This is the situation. Gollum and the other base's squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can.
Oh man, I remember trying to finish these missions super fast in order to unlock each of the various special skins. So frustrating.
Trigger time to show the other guys that we get wet wild and do dirty, dirty things. Once you hit one of them, stick to him like glue. Don't let him out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season begins.
Bailing out! Give me a hand! Enemy reinforcements. I don't like these odds. I'm finding trouble! Enemy transport. There's a rail even in there.
anti-venom missile. Use chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in a 9G turn.
Alright. Who's next?
They got me. 3 remaining.
There it is. Okay. Gotta lean forward a little bit. Oh, gee. Okay. Even non-conductive materials become pathways for surface currents. That is true. That is true. Although I don't know much about electrical engineering. Like I said, trees. Trees are non-conductive. But, I mean, they're barely conductive is really. It's not that it's non-conductive. Just less conductive. Would you just... Alright, I guess try the missile. Yeah, it worked. Some aircraft will peel off every single time. For some reason, they just decide not to dodge sometimes. But then we were talking about tethers used on the ISS and space shuttle missions. Bless you! Were made of non-conductive materials. Yet whenever the tethers exceed a certain length, they are...
That's your chance to take them out.
I might be able to slow down enough to get behind him real quick. And 2-shot him. Like that. They all burn through from surface current discharges. Wow.
You're in the clear.
So basically electricity moves through them and it just heats them up to the point that they all just burn.
Missile incoming! Evade! Break! Break!
Wait, what the hell?
Caution! Missile!
Caution! A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
That is nuts. Look at all them birds. All those scorch marks from where the little drones would reattach and their jet wash would hit underneath the wings.
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal bird.
All right. Here we go. This is the real fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Enemy has a radar lock.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Break! Now!
We're just waiting for mission command.
We'll live through this, Trigger. These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Yeah, these aren't MQ-99s. These are MQ-101s. See, if you pay attention, you'll notice little things like that.
They're dodging everything I throw at them.
All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the Arsenal bird.
Arsenal bird! Ow. Whoops!
Rogue Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
Oh man, I'm glad that I dodged that. That would have been bad.
UAV down. Damn. Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Gargoyle Squadron, Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron needs help. The hell are we supposed to do? Status?
Verifying the situation.
Golem 2, missile, evade!
Missile hit.
Oh god, that hit me.
Golem 2's hit. Status report.
Okay. I remembered how to use my flares now.
Shit, Golem 2, do you copy?
Necessity is the mother of invention, but also the mother of reminding you how to use your buttons. Ugh.
Skeleton 3's lost.
What's the plan? Where's that report? Continue to maintain air superiority.
HQ, what's happening?
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority. How'd that happen?
I forgot. There's a whole nother section to this mission after that. I should just have used my machine guns and nothing else. That was a mistake, firing all of the 4AMs that I have.
All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately.
Brilliant observation. If they noticed earlier, more of us would have survived the hearing.
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
We'll go, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Golem 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back and I...
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Copy that. Returning home.
Missile headed for a friendly. Locked on. Golem 4 Fox 2. Don't think, focus.
Did you just say don't think, focus?
Mage Squadron, you're going toe-to-toe with the UAVs. Good work. Retreating aircraft. Leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe.
Radar lock acquired. That's it, baby. Come on, puppy. That a boy, Mage 2. Just keep firing. Column 3, Fox 2. Yowza.
More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
My status is fine. Affirmative.
This is Gargoyle 1. Leaving Operation Airspace with Golem 2.
Retreating aircrafts, prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
One bandage. F16C.
Gargoyle 1. Caution! Missile!
Back. It's blinking.
Skykeeper. Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Golem 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an Su-30. Orange wingtips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for
Oh, they're coming up to me.
Stop dogfighting and run.
I thought they were chasing my allies. No, they're turning on me.
Going for the loner.
Whoops.
Golem and Mage Squadron. Help us.
Get those UAVs off of France.
Entering clouds.
Got one in my sights. That's it, Trigger. They're machines. Don't show them any mercy.
Oh man, I thought that was gonna be a
Mage
miss.
2, UAV down.
Let Golem and Mage Squadron handle it. They'll pull through.
Get your asses out.
Bring them on.
Sorry, I just noticed this. Necessity is the learning done after a well-deserved
Mage
spanking.
2, UAV down. Keep it up, buddy.
Portrays aircraft. We'll let you take it easy here.
Fair enough.
Breaking. I can't get lost.
Man, 48% damage on that. On ace difficulty, I'm used to missiles killing me.
Opening fire. I'm scared.
This is not good. Brody, break off. I'm glued to this one. The longer it takes, the worse our odds of getting out of here are. Machines don't get tired.
Does Mage Squadron still have their hot shot? We just might make it out. Don't look back. Just have faith. Golem and Mage, we owe you a debt. And we'll pay it.
I've got you now. Firing.
That took a lot more machine gun than I thought it should. Such is how video games are made.
Life or death for 'em. Hurry up.
Things are far more durable than they should be.
Away as fast as we can. It's got a lock on it.
Mage 2, move to support. Other aircraft are in trouble.
What do you think I'm doing right now, man? Move to support. Other aircraft are in trouble. I've been saving people all day. Get off my back.
H2. We want as many guys out here as possible.
Did. Okay, hi. That was an aircraft. That was definitely an F-18.
Status report.
She's a predator.
Mission 0.
We get eaten.
Column 2, get a hold of yourself. Column 2, get away from the enemy.
Mage 2, support! Somebody! Support!
Column 2, lost.
Shit. Skykeeper, where's the one that got thrown?
I'm afraid he's long gone by now. Sorry.
Missed.
Mage 2 is taking on multiple UAVs.
Mage 2, missile away.
We owe him one. How can I retreat with UAV on my tail?
Distract the bandit. Buy your friend some time.
Bandit destroyed.
This is getting a little tight.
Really?
Not on my watch.
I can't pull out of this furball.
Alright, I think I got him now. Oh, no, he stopped. That's okay, because I still got him.
All UAVs have been splashed.
Now my head hurts. Working too hard.
I said what I had to say. About what? Not a girl who retreat. Just not in her DNA. That was the right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, withdraw.
I don't actually see Golem Squadron. Oh, they're all the way back there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what all those black streaks are. It's all the fumes and jet wash from
on radar. You are cleared for approach.
from those drones reattaching.
Runway's clear. Mage 2, you are cleared for landing.
Wow, they started me way off to the side.
2 miles to runway. Mage 2, lower speed.
Yeah.
Your approach looks good. Stay on course.
Should have been slowing down way sooner, but that is okay. Might almost overshoot the
Pass the
runway.
guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Perfect, Mage 2.
Obviously, in real life, I would not tilt my
Be ready for your next sortie.
tilt my flaps. Wait, is it? Yeah, actually, I would use my flaps. I don't think I would use my
Mage Squadron,
what are those,
this is the
ailerons
Golem and the other bases squadrons already joined forces and are engaged.
to help me brake during the
guys will
landing.
arrive
That
right
could
in the middle of the
potentially
action.
flip the aircraft.
Mage Squadron.
Ooh, guided rocket launcher. Anti-surface homing rockets that can be repeatedly fired. They are more effective against moving and unarmored targets than unguided rockets. Oh, moving and armored targets. Ooh, neat.
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel 2 was sunk during the attack on Fort Bunting. Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is grim. We have precious little time, however. We have to get to the space elevator.
I only got an A for that mission, probably for my time. Also, probably because I didn't save some of my 4AMs for the second part of the mission. But I think we're going to have to cut it here, guys. It has been uber fun. I do love these games. These Ace Combat games are so amazing and so much fun. And I love playing them for you guys. I'm going to leave the cutscene to run while I do some more stretching and refill my water. And then I'm going to be calling it a day. If there even is a cutscene. Oh, look at that. There is. Shh, it's starting.
Here he comes. Mihai's looking worse. Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole.
Ooh, that's a bad word.
If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing Stretch for Life.
That's her!
I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Aruja's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on their infrared. I bet you're wondering, if Aruja lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? Because someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osia's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osia, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osia was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osia down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Aruja, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
And next time, when we come back, it will be Mission 4, Rescue. Thanks for joining me today, everybody. I'll be cutting the stream here. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Sorry about that. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace, and God bless.